We all need mouth to mouth.
I'm gonna start the episode there. Hello, welcome to the operating table.
The operating table.
Very nice. Well, William was on it.
Yeah.
We've got too many surgeries today where there's no time to waste. Which is actually slightly true in that we're doing two bodies at one time. We've got
double bypass.
A conjoined twin, a scalpel in each lung. We're kind of talking about
winter as a whole.
Winter as a whole.
14 and 15.
Winter has a what?
Who? And so with that, we will kind of jump right into it in that the one of the biggest things that gets this whole party started is a full moon.
The wolf inside the hen house.
Yes.
We finally got there.
What a raw
bold
line.
of you to say that while Sarah was taking a drink of
That's
water.
mean. That's not okay. You know how I feel.
But yeah, I take it away. What do you guys wanna talk about?
How'd it feel, Clayton?
How did it feel?
It was I mean it was, I don't know how to describe it because I knew it was coming. I've known it was coming for months now, and then Will a while ago was like, "Hey, I think a full moon is going to come up in the Feywild, just letting you know." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Which, like, real quick, so bold of you to say that when one of the places just is a full moon. It's so funny to be like, I think that might become the full moon at some point. But go ahead.
I was like, "Oh, interesting you would say that now that we're here in the Feywild." And oh boy, I didn't expect winter to be what it was. It was very fun, very cool, but the
I'm
interesting.
This has
right
never
now.
happened before.
Oh.
Whoa!
You froze, not me.
I froze.
No, you
not
both
Will?
did.
Oh.
Sue said there's only room for
I
Sue is
thought
slowly
maybe.
gonna start taking one of each of us out.
Where did Clayton stop? Where did Clayton end?
Wasn't what you were expecting winter to be, but then you took a turn, but I don't know what that turn was.
Yes, it was I was starting to tangent into actual.
Oh no, we're frozen again. What's going on?
I feel like I'm afraid to start. it's gonna juke me out a third time.
Just go real fast.
Yeah, it was really fun. Will and I had worked a little bit on what that was going to look like, both as the first transformation for Gaius, the first transformation for a werewolf who has magic, because Augustus doesn't have magic, and how that also gets affected by being in winter and being in the Feywild. So I was really happy because we sat down, I think a couple days before, for like a stat block, and built a stat block for what the wolf looks like. And Will had some very interesting ways of going about it that I would have never come up with, but were very fun to do so.
It was, because you're doing a 1-on-4 fight. And I was really happy when I made the connection between, like, oh, werewolf in the winter and winter wolf, like the most powerful wolf monster. And so basically what we did, there's a lot of different, like, there's going to be a lot of exceptions to this rule, but we basically added the winter wolf stats on top of Gaius's original stats. So the winter wolf gets +2 to Constitution. Gaius, who already had +4, +5 to Constitution,
+4.
now gets +6 to Constitution.
Interesting.
And if it has a -4 to Intelligence, Gaius gets a -4 to Intelligence. So we kind of just put them right on top of each other.
Interesting.
Which I think worked out pretty well. There was some places where it got a little bit fuzzy, and we had to change things just for like CR reasons, just to try to get it to like a balanced encounter. Because even though Winter Wolf is the strongest, it's still CR like 4 or something, 2 maybe. So yeah, that was a
just
fun.
like Regulus.
Regulus is higher than CR4. I will say that.
CR5.
Yeah.
4.5.
Yeah, a cool little homebrew challenge. I don't know if we'll see that exact one again. We're still not sure where it's going to like continue from here. We have ideas, but not just 100% sure. But for this purpose of like the sorcerers versus this first werewolf transformation in this magically charged place, I think it was a really fun, really cool way to do it. And you got to be a player with legendary resistances, which is always wild.
Yeah, that was very fun.
And a breath weapon.
Yeah. Rechargeability. So cool.
Yeah,
but,
the winter wolf was really fun. You can see the moment I go, God damn it, I know exactly what this is. But it was a really fun way to like include the environment in it and like make that matter and stuff.
Thanks. I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was that you all went for like knockout kind of stuff, like hold person, sleep, that kind of those kinds of tactics instead of straight damage, which makes like complete sense in retrospect. But it's one of those things that you're kind of blind to when you're prepping. You're just all like, how much HP does it have? How much damage can it take? Blah 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 blah. And I'm glad that it ended up with running, that we got to open up the rest of the world through that fight. And exploring the world became trying to find our dear party member Gaius.
You can say our friend, our dear friend, our bestie.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that I was also trying to keep in mind in regards to running this session, not me running it, you were running it, but in like playing a PC who is now temporarily turned into an adversary to the party is not something that a lot of games really do. I certainly have my own experiences with inter-party conflict. I'm sure we all do. We all have that one story. But this one, I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to get dragged into like a long fight, because even with the super boosted stats that Will gave me in that stat block, even just Emil and Avalon were almost good to go. They almost took me out. So I tried to shift focus and make it more a chase was what I had in mind, but storm. So like not like a chase, but I was like, how can we make the narrative not about, oh, knock him out, we're done with the problem.
I think that was a really good idea. Where else? The party split up. Alvin and Emil went after Gaius. Well, didn't know, but they went out into the snow where Gaius was. And you guys got to see the Rat Man, who is one of my favorite NPCs that I've gotten to do lately. And
Rest
felt
in peace.
it felt just like me doing improv. I had no idea who this was going to be, but it felt like doing improv on stage. I just followed those same instincts.
It's
You did a great job.
The newest episode has not come out yet, and so I haven't told Jake that Ratman is dead yet.
Oh no.
It's been hard.
Sorry.
He's like, I love Ratman. I'm like, yeah. He's great. He's awesome.
Jake, I'm sorry.
So alive.
I'm picturing like a scene in a slice of life movie where it's just like a domestic life evening, and it's just a very like normal question of just like, oh, but how was Ratman doing? And Riley's just eating dinner.
Yeah. I hope you know that it's slice of life, and that it's a French indie drama, black and white, where all this.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was. I love, first of all, my stone knowledge. If I had a nickel for every time my mason tools and knowledge of stone came into play in a campaign, 2 nickels. But yeah, the moment you were like, because I was just like, oh hell yeah, I get to use tools which nobody ever uses in this fucking system. And then you were like, it's Empyrean. I went, it's what?
Yeah.
The two of you getting sent on that portion of the quest, finding out this information first, It really led to some very fun theories that I enjoyed watching from the
You
side.
can okay, because Riley and I are the two. We did that like polls for the group chat one, and it was who are the people who come up with theories the most. And I think it was me, Riley, and Maya were up top.
Mhm.
Mostly, I just
It's the
piggyback on
English
Maya's
majors.
theories. It really is. It's the analyzers. But I think it's funny that we partnered off the way we did, because it's funny. I was thinking about that when Clayton was like, "Oh, Avalon and Emil, like, you know, did all the damage." I was like, "Yeah, they're the two that usually do the damage mostly." I for sure don't. So like,
Yeah,
I think
no,
that's like
me neither.
um
But yeah, it's funny
yeah, it was
because
fun.
we were on different pages though. Sarah was like, "We're
Yeah.
for sure running into our versions of ourselves," and I was like, "No, we're not. Like, that's not happening."
Well, and then even like when we were talking about it, you were like, "We have to fix this," and I was like, "This isn't real. Like, this doesn't mean anything." Like we consistently had different, like, not just Cleo and Marcus, but like we consistently had different takes, which was fun because we were. I mean, I was mostly wrong, but I think we were kind of both off on our expectations for what we're going on, which was fun. I like when I like getting surprised sometimes when it's not by people getting murdered or anything, you know. So.
You guys got to meet Ethne. You guys went into the Great Hall, and there was all the satyrs partying there. And neither of you got charmed. Neither of you got pulled into the revelry, which I was hoping for.
Didn't I like hit the DC? Wasn't I like
You did
1 point
exactly
down from?
13. Yeah, was what you needed.
Which, once again, please get in the comments, get on Twitter, text me directly if you have my number. Please tell me I have bend luck. Nothing ever needs to be that close, and I keep forgetting. But no, that was an interesting thing because I joke about it at the end of that episode where I'm like, this story isn't about you, like, shut the fuck up. But it is interesting to like get plopped into the environment of like, you guys have a war going on? What the fuck? But yeah, I wasn't sure, but I wanted to run into Albatius.
Yeah,
That
That would have been fun.
I don't know.
I did not.
Happen in the Feywild, you know, like I don't know, maybe some kind of afterlife thing if you're on one of those planes. But the Feywild, I don't know if that's where you go after you die. Although he
Okay, so
did
when
have.
you hit
Saying
the-
he's in hell.
They
So what I'm
knew.
hearing, are you telling me he's in hell? Am I
I
hearing he's
hope
in
so.
hell?
He's in
knew.
hell, which means there's a hell, which
I've been
They knew him,
Aster
which
becomes
I
Asmodeus.
could get into with some
Lord of
with
the Night House?
posthumous stuff. Because Posthumus was a real person. Posthumus, remember, was
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Avalon knew him,
yeah.
Mm.
and he knew Albatius.
And he knew Avalon's mom. Can you answer me right now? Can you actually, like, we're never gonna
We
come back to it.
promise. We
Answer me
promise
right
not
now.
to tell
Did they
Maya.
fuck?
I'm threatening you.
I that was not none of that was intentional. None of that was like planned.
So then my second question is, why were you bringing such a sensual energy?
That was just Posthumus.
That was
hilarious.
projection. That was
Yeah.
DM projection.
It's so
Um,
funny.
Oh yeah, God, that was fun.
It's one of those moments that I love in D&D where like something serious is going on, and I don't think I genuinely don't think it undermined the scene, because sometimes like jokes and stuff can undermine, but I think it was the perfect example of D&D doing that thing where like there's something so serious going on, but it's just enough to be like, sorry,
1 second.
did one of the PC's mom with? Is that?
right when Mark.
But yeah,
God,
they're gone
about to get
again.
stabbed.
Oh, they're
Oop,
back.
no, he's back. There we go.
Sorry.
Right when Marcus was
Um,
just about to get lanced.
It would have been so bad. I genuinely was like, oh, this is what finding out is. This-
Well. If it isn't the finding out after
You know
all
the-
the years of fucking
After
around.
all these years.
Literally, you know the post about the immortal snail that if it touches you,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
die? That's me and finding out. That's like, it's slow, I'm faster than it, but it keeps persisting.
If you let your guard down,
Literally. But yeah, go ahead.
Avalon's just such a good tank, and that's so wild sometimes. Avalon has so much HP, hits so hard, has such a high AC, and it can now defend allies as well. Like, just.
And then she has the like social chutzpah to back it up that I think is so like Maya just says stuff and I'm like, what? I don't know. Like the way her brain works astonishes me. She's like a super genius.
Why was he squid?
What? Yeah.
Why was he a squid?
Platoon 2 teaser.
Why he have squid his face?
One, because all the other ones had the other two have had animal kind of counterparts so far. There's the moth and the chameleon. And I thought squid would look cool. I wanted something to make him feel like alien, so squid overhead looks cool. Also a little bit reminiscent of mind flayers, which like just wanted to put that out there. Didn't really want to do a lot with it, but like wanted to put it out there.
Lay the groundwork.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's mostly the two reasons. I didn't want him to be like skeleton, like he's like white, I think it was, or some sort of wraith. Yes, he's a wraith commander. But I didn't want him to be like white hair, spooky zombie dude. I wanted him to be more fey than that. So I felt like the squid head was a fun idea.
Yeah, this does bring up the alarming thing of like, why was he an equivalent to the children who can shape the realms and the other ones? That's what's scary to me, is like,
all I'm saying is we don't know who their father is. That's all I'm saying.
It's because he was there.
No, I know that, but what if
in the fairy circle at the end of season 1, the kids found a dead body.
I think when he was there, like he was just in winter. He was there.
He lost his last battle he ever fought in. It was the foot one closest fought to the territory. And the kids found him. He abandoned his men there.
What? What? He abandoned his men?
Well, there's no one else around. And he bled out in the forest, in the woods, trying to return back to Imperium.
So he bled out like John Darnielle ass.
And they find, and his body grows all these mushrooms around him. This his dead body feeds the plants around him, creating these mushrooms.
I maintain that like I'm not stupid. I just don't. Hello.
Right in the middle of my cool DM world building monologue, Zoom. You're gonna fuck me like that?
Tell this bitch what's
like
up.
Posthumous. Anyways, what were you saying, William?
Go back to the part where he bleeds out in the woods. No, go back to the mushrooms.
Go back to the mushrooms.
He bleeds out. It provides a bunch of nutrients to the animals and the fungi and the plants around him. And a mushroom circle grows, and then magic appears in the world, and it looks for something, a fairy circle, and it finds one. And so a fairy circle appears there. Once all 4 people are in there, it has someone for each of the 4 seasons, and it takes them.
Damn, that's so cool.
Thank you.
I love that.
I wonder, like,
occurred to me for 1 second.
I'm very interested to know if you're watching. Hello, if you're watching this now, I'm speaking to you. I really like. I wonder if this stuff is lost on me sometimes because we have so much time between sessions. Like, I wonder if I had binged this whole show, if I would have caught that quicker than me catching it, having it explained to me and going.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't figure that out. Will fully told me that after that day after the session.
I feel great. I just had a lot of fun learning something new with my friends. But I am interested to know, like, sometimes I feel like I don't put the puzzles together because I kind of lose sight of the pieces because we have so much time between sessions that we play.
That's possible. Sometimes I do feel like I'm too withholding of information. You know what I mean? I don't want, because I really don't want to like just tell you everything. So I like correct.
That's what this show is for.
Exactly.
I think the rate of revelations is quite good. I think we're doing well. I also just might have never put it together because sometimes I don't think about stuff.
He also wasn't around for as long as I thought he would be.
There's that too. Hey, I wonder why. Will, would you like to say more about that? Would you like to comment on that at this time?
He got squid. He was part squid, then he got full squid.
He got squidded.
Yeah. It felt right, because it was like I was so close to doing it, but it's one of those things of like, fuck, like what is that? And then Will literally went, so are any of you doing anything? And I went, well, now that you mention it, so I would like to silently squid this man, please.
Silent squid.
Oh, beautiful winter.
Holy squid.
Just I don't have my kazoo right now, so I'm just gonna like zibbity bop bop bitty bop scatta do us into the mid operation smoke break.
Okay.
Yeah. Whoa.
How did we get out here?
Don't smoke.
Bliskadoo.
Bliskadoo. You can too. Hello,
Skadoosh.
welcome everybody. Boy howdy.
Hi.
Who knew that multi-track surgery would be so hard? Today I have a fun one. I was trying to think of what to do.
I'm scared. I don't like the look on your face.
My phone lock screen to Marcus, and I did get a little bit distracted. So I was trying to think of fun things to do, and I think I found it. So we're gonna do a fun little scavenger hunt today. And I will say that this involves both physical items and also digital items, or like receipts or things like that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna be so good at this, maybe. Okay.
So just like be prepared, everybody, get in the zone. And we'll just start. The first person to bring it to me is the one who gets the point.
Okay.
So first item on the list, a D8.
Oh, friggin' D8.
Nailed it. Oh,
Fuck, that was hard. It's between Will or Clayton. I'm so
Okay.
sorry, Sarah. You are
no, it's okay. It's because I have this. It's a mushroom.
I think which one. Clayton had the box first, but I think
If I didn't have the die first, give it a Will.
I'm gonna do Will just because I saw it on screen first.
That's fair.
Okay. All right. Next.
I was like, I have the box. Just give me the fucking die.
Roman paraphernalia.
Roman paraphernalia. Jeez.
Oh,
I think Sarah
Laurels.
could have this one.
Okay, I will take
that's
laurels.
well played,
Yeah,
Sarah.
I
Well
wore these in the
played.
season 1 finale.
Oh.
All right, we'll get Sarah back in her seat, and then we'll go with number 3. Something with a dragon on it.
This is an allocation of dragon scale plant.
I'm gonna have to give it
to Will.
to Will.
I just wanted to show off. Look at it's a house.
Super fair.
The Beanie Baby.
That's cute.
Okay.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
I had nothing there, so props to you guys. Oh, I have
so-
fucking D&D books. Damn it. Sorry.
No worries.
Falling over now.
So when I say a written quote, I'm just gonna let you know, when I say a written quote, I would like it, the first person to copy paste it into the chat.
Okay.
Wait. So I have to find a quote and then. Oh, you're gonna tell me what the
Yes.
quote is.
Yes. So
Okay.
a written quote of someone talking shit about Albatius or Quintus.
Oh my god, this is too easy. Does this count?
I didn't include Regulus because I knew I said that today,
Oh,
William.
I honestly did. I heard talking shit. I just.
William.
Okay,
has
wait, so is
a
it still
quote
on?
that says, "I want to say bitch boy, but I'm afraid you won't tell me the actual answer," which was me about Regulus. You know what, Clayton? I will take take that.
That's good. That's better.
I will take. We thought Albatius was a bad guy, but he was actually just a gamer. Sad face, sad face, sad face.
That
Was that Maya?
That was from Maya on June 21st, 2021.
Wow.
Shit.
That's antique
I
shit
just
talk.
went to it's in the memes chat in our Discord, and I just searched up the name Albatius.
That's good.
All right. Next, a rock or a crystal.
Oh fuck.
Oh, come on.
Where's my fucking bag?
There were so many right here.
All right, that one goes to Sarah. What kind of rock is that?
This is an amethyst.
Hell
Maybe.
yeah.
It might be fake, but I think it's an amethyst.
Very nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Cracked geode here. Like, oh.
I thought you said you have a crap geode. Like, I've got a shitty geode. man.
Shitty geode.
Me and Stardew
Okay,
Valley.
next, and this one might be a little bit harder, but
No.
a screenshot of someone crying in an episode.
I don't have that.
I have to go find.
Would that count if I found it?
I'm gonna take crying in an episode, but that's very funny.
It's in an episode. Okay, hang on.
Wait, is it an episode? Wait, show it to me.
It's in an episode. I'm trying to find it. It's in an episode. Jake took a picture of me crying in this episode, put a Snapchat filter of me with a frog on my head on it, and sent it to me on Snapchat. I took a screenshot of it, and now I can't find it. I literally was just looking at it the other day with the shit. I was just looking at it the other day when I was looking at funny pictures
I will
of Riley.
give some hints. There are absolutely some Prosperous Ranch ones. If you go to the episode where I find my mom, you got some there.
Oh,
that's
you
my
mean like
thing.
I
actually
cry
go
at
to
the
a-
fountain.
That's a good one.
I know where you cry in episodes. I just thought it had to be an organic homegrown screenshot. I didn't know we could go to the store and get
Oh
one.
no,
right
you can
now.
absolutely. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Well,
feel
now I want
free
to find this frog one instead. I'll take the loss. Here's a picture of my dog dressed like a frog for Halloween. Just
Okay,
while
that
we're
does
here.
not count, but thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
I legally cannot count that one for points.
It's okay.
You can also, if you find it on your phone, you can flash it to me on the screen. I'll say that because
Where
I know some
is
people are
this
on.
image?
It's just as warm as it ever was. And she
Wait, here it is.
Okay.
No!
It's not a screen. Mine's not a screenshot.
I don't know if
that's
mine
okay,
counts
but
because
you
mine's a
found it, you
screenshot
found
of
the
a
moment.
picture Jake took where there's a frog
I
on
have
my
to
head.
give it to Will. What is the moment?
Yeah.
Yes. We were at minute 57 second, 1 hour, 57 minutes, 52 seconds. Season 2, episode 4. It's a dog eat dog
Episode
world.
4.
Word.
Oh, real?
What happened in episode 4?
That's when we definitely got to the ranch.
And I sobbed fully.
Yes.
I
it
was
a
I was
great
going
episode.
for
Okay.
yeah.
the prodigal son.
Why do I look like that?
Next. This one has a few pieces, so listen to the whole thing.
Okay.
Physical object that is not a dice. I love that Clayton was just reaching for any physical object.
It was a knife.
Clayton said, "This is easy."
I grabbed a knife.
A physical object that is not a dice that represents your character. And Will, you can do an NPC.
Oh fuck, where is it? Bitch, shit, fuck,
I'll do you
motherfucker.
one better.
I'll just say Augustus
off.
with this little Arcanine.
Oh.
Ooh, so good.
I'm not.
I just
sold,
want to
though.
share. I bought this
I'm
Christmas tree angel because it reminds me of Cleo.
That's very good. I'm gonna give it to Clayton. Go ahead and tell me why.
Cool necklace. This is a necklace that I've had for years, but I think it works for Gaius because it's got a little tooth, and going forward, Gaius has got his little teeth. His little
Yes,
teeth.
I love a canine moment. Well, most of them. All right, next.
Wait, hold. Give me a second.
We gotta close the bathroom door. Next. A written quote of someone simping for Augustus.
Oh,
That's-
please.
That's
Please
today
make
in
this.
the Discord.
This is
And then
copy
bind it,
paste also.
baby.
Is I truly want Augustus to listen to some MCR. For Riley, that's
That's close. I'm sure there. Okay.
no.
Will, go ahead and read that quote. Who's it from?
This is from Sarah. It's Will. Augustus
Slander,
is
how's that
arguably the
true?
hottest character in this show.
It's
Okay,
true.
The next
I
message,
just scrolled to Clayton saying Augustus love Universal.
the next message
Wow,
is
real.
Dominica's hot too, but we already knew that.
Would
I
don't know if you already said this, but would you saying I truly want Augustus to listen to some NCR would have counted? Oh, that's what Sarah said, right?
I didn't count it.
I'm glad
but,
we both think it though. It's important to me.
Next, and we're getting into the final two.
Okay.
I would like a box of pasta.
I don't have that. And you want to know why I know I don't have that? Because I wanted pasta so fucking bad today, and we don't have it. I know that is not
It's
something
just
that
we
exists in
sent
this
Clayton
house.
out of the room to run and get pasta.
How are you guys doing?
Hell yeah, Clayton.
Organics.
Okay. So I've got Sarah at 2, Clayton at 3, Will at 4.
Did I hear Will food shame me for getting organic pasta because it was 99 cents a pack?
No, I didn't food shame. I was impressed.
If anything, food complimenting. Last. I would like a rubber duck.
Oh, where is
My
that
favorite Sorcerous Origins image.
Where is that bitch? Fuck. Where he at?
Lauren's got so much stuff in here.
Hey, Jazz!
I will take a duck.
Like a duck.
I'll lower it to a duck if I don't get a rubber duck soon.
How about this guy? Can I show you this
Clayton's about to show me a picture of a rubber duck is what I
Nope,
feel.
she's running away.
Mom,
that little dog ran away from me.
But that's not technically your Amazon. If Sarah does not give me a rubber duck in 5 seconds, I will give the point to Clayton.
It's gonna take me longer than 5 seconds. I just want to participate because
Clayton,
I love
you
my
wily
friends.
fox, I'll give it to you.
There's so much random shit in my house, you guys.
One of these magic cards has got to be a rubber duck.
We have a tie, which makes me want to do a really fast one.
There it is.
Oh shit! I'll give you a point. So
Thank you, because I dug through all this stuff for it. Why is there a blood pressure cuff in here? That's so goofy.
We have a tie between Will and Clayton.
Can we do a rematch of the dice one because it was so close?
Here's what I'll say. I want to do another Discord one because I think they're funny.
Okay.
I'm
in here. I'm in the data. I'm Neo in the
data.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
I would like, and it can't be one that you've already used. I would like a message in all caps.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Sarah, you can play too.
Oh god.
Oh,
just for not for points, but for affection.
Come on.
Does it have to be from our Discord?
I would like it to be from this.
LMAO if our asses aren't on Poetry Foundation all the damn time.
That's a great one. That is a very good one.
Give it to Clayton. That's a better
okay.
one. Mine's just from the same conversation.
Will did copy paste. He's literally perfect. Was this about Augustus?
Yeah.
It always is.
I will give that one to Clayton for sheer flavor. Congratulations. You've won the scavenger hunt. Sarah, did you want to throw one into the ring just for fun?
No, I'm just very distracted by this message that says I'm not doing a polycule with Regulus, which I think is so funny.
No one implied that.
Thank you, everybody. Get back into the office, which is
going back in there
room.
I feel like
you guys didn't need me on this one, right? I've been kissing nurses in the break room.
A good, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back into it. I'm so sorry I don't have kazoo times to be clear distinction. That's honestly great.
He got squid, right? That's where he left off. He just got squid.
So we talked about squid, and now's a good time to, I feel like, talk about maybe the end of the episode in terms of like, okay, Moon Sorcerer, maybe. I'm just putting that out there. It's crazy that because I want a little bit of a peek behind the scenes in terms of like, because he didn't know that he was the dude of the realm. And then like Avalon mentioned something about the moon because we're trying to get Gaius like to get de-wolfed. And then does the moon, and then he just kind of does it, and then the moon starts falling, which is batshit insane. Was such a good like raising of the stakes, like the immediate stakes were so fun. And I want to toss a little bit of love to Brian Murphy, who's never gonna see this, but
how do you know that?
Maybe he will. He always does such good like combats that aren't just combats, and this was such a fun like, I thought it was so good of like, it's a combat, it's an encounter, but it's not fighting, it's like you have to escape now. And that was so fun. I also just think again the fun mixture of like genuine stakes and like fear and anxiety, and also being like, throw the squid in the tub, throw the squid in the tub with some ice.
Yeah,
was so good. But I really loved like the escape and stuff. So yeah, Will, I don't know if you want to talk about like how you thought that moment would go, how you anything else.
A message I sent before we played that session was that it was going to be a more player-led session. Sometimes we have, like, compared to spring, where I definitely had like, this point will kind of lead you to this point, which will lead you to this point, which will lead you to this point. I'm afraid I'm frozen again because Riley's drinking from that glass for an awfully long time.
Will, Augustus is arguably the hottest character on the show. Go ahead.
I compared to spring, where I clearly had like, this point will lead you to this point, will lead you to this point, will lead you to this point, and it's a little more like railroaded, although I don't love that term. Am I frozen again?
Compared to spring.
I compared to spring, which is specifically like, this point will lead you to this point, will lead you to this point. So it's a little more like on rails, even though I don't love that term. Whereas winter was much more, I have this kind of little world set up, and if you guys walk around, you guys can push down some dominoes and we'll see what happens. And so I did not know what the conclusion to this one would be. I just was kind of following your guys' lead. And so I did not plan for the moon to fall whatsoever. That was not part of it.
Really?
Yeah, no.
That's such a like big and good moment, though. It's crazy to think like
just following some creative instincts, I guess. I don't know.
To that point, then I thank you for that, then, because that means a lot to hear that you have trust in us enough to guide the story on our own.
Of course,
kinda.
Yeah, absolutely. I've played with you guys for so long, or otherwise, like, I've had you, some of you guys as DMs, and it's always a fantastic experience. And so yeah, that was, especially with the whole werewolf thing, I did not know like what the end point of that would be, and so I knew you guys would figure it out somehow. I wanted to pop back. We did have just mostly sleepy werewolf Gaius for this second episode, just taking a nap, licking his wounds.
Yeah, and then you fucking shot me.
Yeah.
So it was so scary to be like, so I crit.
I think if I had not made that save, if I had failed that saving throw and the poison damage was doubled, I would have gone down.
Very, very possibly. I don't think the poison damage would have doubled because it's not part of that like attack roll, you know?
Was it dice rolled on the attack?
Yes.
Then technically it should be doubled.
Maybe, but just because it's like it's a separate save, you know, and then it's a full or half for the save.
Well, if we want to poison someone, it definitely should have been doubled, but for the context of you doing it to us, it definitely should not have been.
But even if you hadn't made the save, it might have been just the full damage would have been enough.
Not anymore, though. I'm aiming to crack 100 at this level up.
Yeah, you guys leveled up.
I did, baby.
But yeah, the moonfall just felt like you guys told him about his powers, which he did not have any real idea of. as opposed to the kids who really like went out and kind of explored and experienced, had this natural curiosity. This man came to the Feywild, wanted to fight a war, and so the Feywild gave him a war to fight. You know, because he didn't
scary.
realize that he was dead. So
do any of those dudes exist? I mean, I guess they do because they're there. I would like to write an essay on masculinity.
Was Posthumous the only person from the material plane there?
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's why it was a little bit different for the beast folk, which we'll get into, but the bartender's name is John Doe. It's like because he doesn't, it's like default name. That's why his name was it wasn't like a false name he was giving you guys. But yeah, the zombies were definitely all kind of like construct figment kind of things. Because it saw like the Feywild, this is a little more like sci-fi, but I still love the trope, is it saw his like genetic DNA of like dead guy and was like, all right, I'll make some more. Do you need people to fight on your side? And then it saw like his view of the Telnari, which was like these like, very terrible like bestial animal. Like it like copied his idea of who he wanted to fight and created a very literal translation of that.
I do have thoughts about this and Dino Wars being slight mirrors of each other.
That's a really good point.
Just in like not that I'm like, whoa, Tybalt is an Empyrean fascist. But I think for people doing an essay on this years later in like MLA format, there's something interesting about like a boy's perception of war versus like a man's perception of war and stuff like that.
I didn't even connect those. Yeah, that's very cool. And so then once you open him up to the idea that he has total control of this place, he looks to this thing that's been hanging above him in the sky every night and he was going to try to attack the tower, the watchtower, which is where Clayton was. So
yeah,
we'll see how that all would have worked out. I don't know.
I got my boys out.
Yeah, you just got a couple of Feywild people out of there.
So much. I love that. Was awesome. It's also funny that they're just here with us.
Yeah.
I think the funny part for me was just like, you fucking shot me? All right.
Yeah. That's so, I said it in another operating table pretty recently of just like Superman Gaius, of just like superhero does the right thing Gaius, of like, you just shot me, but hey, the moon's falling down, so I'm gonna grab all of you and literally fly away, up and away. Like that's so cool.
I'll take that.
But yeah, I love that I love the mechanics of it. I love the like because again, it's always fun to be like, hey, you're in this combat encounter, but like it's not about doing damage. It's like I love that one of the mechanics was like, how do you move people forward? And that gave me a chance to use a spell that I want to work so often and across all campaigns I'm in. I love Vortex Warp conceptually, but every time I try to use it, somebody passes the save, like use it on a thing, or it like doesn't totally. And so, but I love that because, talk about like getting moments as your character to like it feels nice to help as characters. And so like it was really cool for like Marcus, who kind of hasn't been casting a lot of spells in the past few episodes, to be like, all right, guess what, we're taking 2 risks on vortex warping these people like so that they can be saved. And like I got up in the DMs later, like I'm getting so emotional about like Marcus vortex warp 4 people up, like everybody's ahead and then is behind with Avalon, and then Avalon in turn turning, grabbing, and dimension dooring. Like there's something so, again, the theme in the essays of like kindness and love and compassion in the ways that like I think something that I texted was like, it's about the not being alone anymore. And the idea of like you help your friends and then your friend grabs you, and you all get out of there.
Oh, I can't do
Well, and
this right now.
talk about a boy's perception of war versus a man's perception of war, of us being in this deserter's plane saying no man left behind. There's something there. I think
Guys, I finished Red Dead Redemption 2 today for the first time ever. I can't be having these thematic conversations right now.
But yeah, and then it was crazy because you roll for it, and it gets the cave, and it's like, that's crazy to me, that like, holy shit, if we hadn't taken those moves, we would have gotten absolutely fucked, either damage wise or like getting out wise.
Our exit is destroyed. Yeah.
It was so close. It's one of those moments where like, just the dice got it. You leave it up into their hands, and they don't always have it, but most of the time you can make it work. It happens. That's fun. I've been prepping for the next session for a few hours today, and I'm very excited for spring.
Yeah, you've been sending some sus stuff, actually.
Wait.
Yeah. One more to go, and then back to all the stuff that Telnar has, and the world.
It's been a fun vacation, you guys.
Yeah, it kind of is what it feels like.
It's like a work trip is really what it is. Like, it's a trip, but it's a work trip.
It really does feel like my rule of like, I always say like I feel like you can be on vacation for like 4 days, like with like people, and then it's like you hit that 5th day and like people start getting a little bit tense, and they start getting a little bit annoyed, and things start going a little bit wrong, and I do like
Riley,
winter was kind of our like, we're like, oh man, the Feywild's so whimsical, and then we get there and it's like war is hell, and we're like, okay, all Southwest, let's get
that tracks. We've been in there for 6 days.
Yeah, that's something that's interesting, and probably like the last little topic that like I'd like to talk about for today, of like, a lot of the time we look past on an episode, and I kind of want to look forward to be like, it's gonna be wild to like go back, and I'm very excited to meet up with the NPCs again, and it's gonna be very fun to meet up with everybody with like all this new information and scenarios in mind. Like, I know, Sarah, you've mentioned like wanting to talk to Madigan about stuff, and like we have all this information now about the sources that we didn't know, and my ears are pierced. Like, this is gonna be the first time that I see like physical welcome, and I'm like, hey, how are you sleeping? And I think there's also like probably a lot of fun stuff with like, Gaius is now turned into a werewolf, which Augustus has been through, and like the fun like interactions that can be had around that. Like, it's gonna be really fun to like meet up with everybody with the slightly changed context that we have.
Yeah. I just put together. I'll tell you, you guys have now been in the Feywild for.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know?
No,
I want to know. Cover yours, Riley.
I want to know.
About 10 days.
That's terrible. That's so bad. That's a fully grown child.
Are you sure about that?
And so,
if days were years, that's a 4th grader.
I just realized that that Welcome has probably has slept like more since you had the dream with her, because you've slept once and she slept like 3 times about a 4.
She knows that I would be there though, right?
Probably, yeah, she does.
Okay, I would like a strong yes, William.
Yes.
Just kidding. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And then are we hitting up Telnar soon? Like,
I think I'm like, not to, I think straight out of Feywild into Telnar.
Oh.
Sheesh.
I mean,
Go gamers.
I don't want to brag, but
that
was my prediction that I made, which was mostly a guess, and I do feel very good about it that Will and I are like this.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes sense from like a narrative perspective, because I remember like you said offhand one time that you had like one other thing planned on the road to Telnar, or like you had a road to Telnar thing.
Oh yeah, like another way to get to
that was going to be the other way to get to the Feywild, which did not happen.
Oh right.
But I'll save that stuff for later.
Yeah. Well, gamers, I have something to confess. I forgot that the end of episode questions was a thing. And I did not prep one for this time. So instead, I think let's just go around and like either a fun fact, a recommendation, just something that's happened in your life recently. Let's just have a little sharing circle.
Oh, do you mind? Can I share the stuff that Welcome's been doing with the party with the NPCs? Like the thing I sent for
Yeah,
a while
of
in chat.
course.
Um, give me a second to find it. Someone else go.
Vamping, you know what else is vamping? Being an undead overlord. Welcome to Vampires, the only
Welcome to
talk
Vampires.
show
I
where you
will
can talk
say
about vampires with three people who like vampires.
it's true.
You know how
do
I
like
feel about
I
vampires.
have vampire Marcus fic. That is a real thing. I have thought about like what, and I don't think that like the world I don't think Sorcerous Origins needs vampires,
I think
but
it
I
does.
have thought about like what a like Roman like vampire would.
Gee, why have you thought about what a Roman vampire? I don't think Imperium needs vampires. I do think Imperium needs Twilight. I need Stephanie Myers,
I don't think
citizen
our
of
story
Imperium.
specifically needs vampires, but I do want the world to have vampires.
Cleo
I
would
do want there
love
to
Twilight.
be a vampire out there.
Will, did you want to share your welcome stuff?
Yeah. Also, I've lightly considered vampire stuff, but I still can't find a way to like really get it in there.
And I think that's okay. I think that sometimes like you can just know that they're there somewhere.
Yeah.
This is Riley just asked for me to tell her something about Welcome.
And I sent my favorite GIF of Shaq tucking in Jimmy Kimmel, which is the GIF that I send every time I ask Will lovingly to tell me about an NPC, like I'm being tucked into sleep.
So Welcome has started sleeping in Cecilia's tent when they're not on watch. She likes to take watch with Augustus because he talks just enough. She likes to watch Felix cook, and they've taught her a few things as they chat. Her and Madigan talk about magic a lot. Welcome's especially interested because Madigan's magic is almost inaccessible to her, which just makes her want to learn more. And that's what the NPCs and Welcome are up to.
That's my daughter, dude. That's my freaking kid.
She has more honor student vibes than like anyone I've met in my life.
I love her. Well, but thank you, William. Sarah,
What bumper stickers would Marcus have on his car?
none. They would have none.
You don't
except
think
for when 4th grade Welcome showed up as student of the month.
that's what I was gonna say. You don't think if
That
Welcome came
kind of-
home with a student of the month bumper sticker, he would put it on the minivan? Are you joking?
I got student of the month every single year that I was in. This will be mine. I got student of the month every single year for the 9 years that I was in Catholic school. For a lot of those years, I got it the first month, which was a point of pride for me. And I remember the first year that I got it, that I didn't get it on the first month, and I got it on the second month, and I was pissed. Which is like just again. Imagine like little Riley, like 9-year-old Riley, who for the first time got October student of the month instead of September student of the month, and is like, fuck this. Why am I even in this church right now? Which again should just tell you a lot about why Marcus Prosperous is the way.
Yeah.
Sarah?
Hi. I was never student of the month because school was just something that I went to. I have been listening to a lot of Bonnie Light Horseman recently. I think everyone should be listening to Bonnie Light Horseman. I'm a Bonnie Light Horseman, Truther first. Rolling Golden Holy is very good. And I also do think, what was I talking about last night? That I was like, you can categorize every text message I've sent in the last 2 weeks in one of 3 categories, Rolling Golden Holy. I also said to Jake, all 3 of Cleo's spells could be categorized as Rolling Golden or Holy, which I think is very fun. Everybody should listen to Bonnie Light Horseman. Great tunes.
Hell
if you
yeah.
like folk music, or if you
That's
don't.
what the vampire fic is titled after, actually, is Bright
Yeah,
Morning
we should.
Stars
Well,
by
and if you
Bonnie
like
Horseman.
Bon Iver, if you like Hadestown, this is Anais Mitchell and Justin Vernon of Bon Iver are both on the track Bright Morning Stars off the album Bonnie Light Horseman by the band Bonnie Light Horseman. Guess what the first song on that album is called? I'll give you a hint. It's Bonnie Light Horseman.
Very nice. Clayton, you want to send us home?
I'm gonna throw a little mystery into here. Gaius is gonna have more than just D6 hit die from now on.
Ooh,
Nice. Nice.
Yes, sir.
passing.
It feels great. Can I just say, like,
I
yes, I
did
would
the-
like high level spells, but the moment I took Bard and was like, a D8? Oh my god, Mr. of the Coast, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, I'm still like doing the final decision on what I'm gonna go with. But I did like the guesstimate math. And I think I will be on average, if I roll average, I will be just under, if not at or above 100 hit points.
Very
Hell
good.
yeah.
Very
No, you're gonna have to stab me first before you want to power word kill me, motherfucker. You're gonna have to get a fucking Achilles knife in. Guess what?
good.
Me,
As
Avalon
the healer,
Gaius.
I really wish you guys would stop goading Will to stab you. It's really hard on my psyche. I have, I
Okay.
think, 12 hit points. I think I have
Miss
13 hit
Meliora,
points.
I have a solution here then. What if Marcus stabs me?
No,
That's
why do
just
you think
Mind
that would,
Spike. That's
why?
literally just how we were using Mind Spike
Yeah.
throughout.
Why
all of
do you
season
think
one.
that would solve the problem?
The very last thing that I will say before we wrap it up is because I do think it's very funny. Is I do almost get stabbed in this past episode, and I scream, I freak out. And Sarah and I were on. I was walking, and I had Sarah on call. I was walking to work, and we did at the exact same time. One of us said, "I'm so glad Marcus didn't get stabbed," and the other one said, I was kind of hoping Marcus would get stabbed. And I'll let you, the viewers, decide who was who. This has
I
been
think
the
you know.
operating table. It was a success. Both bodies saved.
Walk it off.
And kissed passionately on the
They're
mouth.
conjoined twins, I thought.
Yeah, they both get a kiss.
Oh, they're not kissing each other. Okay.
No, we're
cool.
kissing.
Good. Understood. That's
No,
fine.
we're so hot at this hospital. It's distracting.
Yeah.
But yes, bye-bye.
Goodbye. Last thing, Hunger Games fanfic is on the way.
Are you
What?
shitting me?
It's on the way. I'm
What
not gonna
the
say anything
fuck?
more than that. It's on the way.
Okay,
Oh
this
my
is a
god, I
great
still need
time
to get on
plug.
AO3.
Follow
I
us
have
on
not
Twitter.
upheld my commitment.
Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube.
Bye.
Follow us on AO3,
AO3.
I guess. Okay, goodbye.
These are all my. I got a lot of pictures of lizards on my phone, you guys. Like a lot.